So here we are. We knew it was coming. We knew in February 2025 the Invictus Games were going to happen in Whistler, British Columbia, Canada. And now here we are. Everyone was speculating, is Meghan going to go to the games? Is she not going to go to the games? I had personally hoped and made a plea that she would stay behind and attend to her children and just lay low, considering the enormous amount of backlash the woman has been receiving over the past few weeks. No, she did show up. She did arrive for the opening ceremony. She made a speech on stage that was apparently unplanned, and she introduced her husband, her beloved husband, to the audience. Was that necessary? We'll find out. So of course, all the usual suspects, the typical rag mags that are on the payroll for this couple, including people.com, are already releasing their puff pieces all over the internet. And People's article is titled, Meghan Markle shares candid family story in unplanned speech about Prince Harry at the Invictus Games reception. I'm going to go ahead and play that speech for you guys, and then we will go ahead and talk about it. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so are you guys ready for Meghan's opening day Invictus speech? This was the welcoming ceremony, I guess. Let's watch.
Well, hello, you. Hi, everybody. How are we feeling?
Great.
So I was not planning on speaking tonight, and we just arrived, I don't know, a couple hours ago, and I touched Canadian soil, and I went, oh, feels like home. We are so excited. We also recognize most of you are probably so exhausted from how much travel you've done, how much adrenaline you have pumping, how excited you are for what is going to be one of the most outstanding, memorable, unforgettable, and connected weeks probably for you and for your families. We are just thrilled to be here, and I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to introduce someone who means a lot to me, and I know means quite a lot to all of you. You will see him throughout this week. You will see him at the games. You will see him probably curling with you, cheering you on at He'll be cheering you on at wheelchair basketball. He'll be going down that, what is that? Is it the luge? Oh my gosh, you guys, the thing that I will never do. My husband will probably do 3 times because he wants to be there with you. He is in it with you. And you'll see him through all of those moments. He'll be there with you. What you won't have seen is all of the moments that have happened in the lead up to these games. All of the moments where, as you know, with families, the big rush in the morning and getting ready for school and packing the lunch boxes and making breakfast, and my husband's in all of that with us. And then he'll be on his phone and Archie will say, Papa, why are you on your phone? He's like, because it's Invictus. I'm getting ready for Invictus. It means so much to him. You are his family, just as we are his family. And I hope you recognize how much of his heart he has poured into every single beat that has gotten all of you to this week that is going to be spectacular. I need you to know that. I need you to know how much it means to him and how much each of you means to him. So it is my entire pleasure and complete honor to introduce to the stage my husband, the father of our very sweet, excited children who are cheering you on from California, Prince Harry, founder of the Invictus Games, the Duke of Sussex.
Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning. First of all, I don't know why I've got this huge grin on my face. I don't know why. I mean, because it's actually really, really sad to watch, but I don't know why. Okay, can we just talk about this? Let's start from the beginning.
Hi, everybody. How are we feeling?
Great.
So
It doesn't really seem that big. To me, it kind of seems like a high school auditorium-ish type of vibe. I don't know. What do you guys think? I didn't think the applause was
Was not
thunderous or
planning
anything
on
like
speaking
that.
tonight, and we just arrived.
Okay. She wasn't planning on speaking
Well,
tonight,
I
you
was
guys.
not planning on speaking tonight, and we just
Is there anyone here that believes that? Is there anyone here that believes that this woman did not plan on speaking?
arrived, I don't know, a couple hours ago, and I touched Canadian soil, and I went, oh, feels like home.
Now, here's something that Megan does all the time. I've noticed with her is she always brings it back to herself. People have pointed that out so many times, but it is true. Everything is I. It's all of these I statements. I. I touched down on Canadian soil. We just got here. It's I think it's her attempt to be relatable, or I guess the only way she feels she can be relatable to others is to constantly bring it back to herself. And that's very off-putting to a lot of people.
We are so excited. We also recognize most of you are probably so exhausted from how much travel you've done, how much adrenaline you have pumping, how excited you are for what is going to be.
So at least right there, she's acknowledging a little bit about what everyone had to do to get there. But everyone who is participating has to pay their own way, their own lodging, their own transportation. Whereas
One of the
you know
most
who and her
outstanding,
husband
memorable,
gets everything free when they
unforgettable,
go.
and connected weeks
Why
probably
that's
for you
allowed, I have
and for
no
your
idea.
families. We are just thrilled to be here, and I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to introduce someone who means a lot to me.
Now, here's the thing, she could have shown up in a capacity that was just a supportive wife. Now, you guys haven't seen the video that I've done about Princess Catherine yet. I'm currently editing it, but in that video, I talk about how Catherine possesses a feminine grace and quiet dignity. When she is out in any type of appearance with her husband, she never assumes the center, or tries to assume center stage. She never inserts herself in front of her husband. And that's how it's always been. And what's really funny is a lot of times William will gesture for her to go do something first, but she's not pushing herself in front by any means. And William wants her to. This one has pushed and insinuated herself in front of her husband since the very beginning. And this is so evident in this particular instance because this is his charity that he started before she even arrived on the scene. If she wanted to be supportive, she could have been supportive. There's no reason why her to be on a stage right now introducing Prince Harry. Everybody knows who Prince Harry is. It's not necessary for her to introduce him. He's the face of the games, not her. So this is a perfect example of her making sure that she is insinuating herself. But yet she tries to make it seem as if she's gracious. She tries to make it seem as if she hadn't planned on doing it. What? Like what? Someone pushed her onto the stage and said, Megan, everyone loves you so much and wants to see so much of you that please come up on this stage. No, of course not. Of course that's not what happened. She wants to be there. She wants to be on that stage. And she wants to be Captain Obvious and introduce her husband to everybody in the room. Everyone already knows who he is. Everyone already knows. We don't need her to tell us. We don't need you to tell us, Megan.
And I know means quite a lot to all of you. You will see him throughout this week. You will see him at the
Again, you don't have to tell us that. You don't have to tell us. We all know that this is Harry's deal. This is his event. This is his baby. This is what he loves. You don't have to tell us that Harry's going to be there participating. We know, Megan. We know.
games. You will see him probably curling with you, cheering you on, and we'll.
And what are you going to be doing on the sidelines? You're just going to be flashing the veneers and showing us your clothes and merching at every opportunity. It's just the amount of money that was spent on this woman's wardrobe in the last few times that she's made these appearances, at least $500,000 each different year for each separate game. Why? Why is that allowed? Why are they allowing this woman to insinuate herself like this, spend all this money for what? This is not a Meghan fashion show. This is supposed to be about the veterans participating, the disabled veterans participating. It's just infuriating.
He'll be cheering you on at wheelchair basketball. He'll be going down that. What is that? Is it the luge? Oh my gosh,
And
you
she's always in
guys, the
these like
thing that I
weird
will
train
never
of
do.
thought type
My
things
husband
as
will
she's
probably
up
do 3
there,
times
wasting
because he wants to
everyone's
be there with
time
you.
talking about oh, the luge, I would never do that, but he'd do that. I mean, she's going on and on all the time about these things that nobody cares about. Why are you there? Flashing your shoulders yet again. It's just, we don't need this. We really don't.
Is in it with you. And you'll see him through all of those moments. He'll be there with you. What you won't have seen is all of the moments that have happened in the lead up to these games. All of the moments where, as you know, with families, the big rush in the morning and getting ready for school and packing the lunch boxes and making breakfast, and my husband's in all of that with us. And then he'll be on his phone and Archie will.
What is she talking about? What is she talking about? Why is she making it about, yet again, her and Harry and their family? It should not be about them. You would never, ever in a million years see William or Catherine or the Duchess of Edinburgh, Sophie, or Prince Edward, or any of them talking at length about their journey, their thoughts when they touch down. And if they do share personal, private things, it's in a different compass. For example, in my editing of my Catherine video, when she released her video last fall about, being done with her treatment and moving forward, it was a video that was specifically talking about her family and what they had been through in the entire cancer journey. But it was just for that moment. It was something private that they chose to share, but it wasn't meshed in and intermingled with an official event like this. Her attempts to be relatable all the time and to bring it about or bring it back to her and Harry and their family always fall flat because it's not about her and Harry and these invisible children right now. It's about everyone in the audience right now. And she just doesn't get it. She does not get it.
Papa, why are you
Hold on, I'll go back a little bit.
on breakfast? And my husband's in all of that with us. And then he'll be on his.
She's taken this opportunity to tell everyone sitting there that it's a big rush in the morning, getting everyone ready for school, and Harry's so involved in it. Okay. Every single person in that audience is involved with their families and having to do all those things and had to make crazy sacrifices to be there and everything up to that point. Sorry, guys, hold on. My phone's ringing. So, do you see what she's doing here? It's not about them. It's not about their family. She uses every opportunity she can to try to endear herself to the public, to try to seem relatable, to try to insert these informal, kind of like off the cuff, cool, private family moments. And she's sharing them with you so that you'll somehow find her more relatable and like her more. But this is not the time and this is not the place, Meghan.
These games. All of the moments where, as you know, with families, the big rush in the morning and getting ready for school and packing the lunch boxes and making breakfast, and my husband's in all of that with us. And then he'll be on his phone and Archie will say, Papa, why are you on your phone? He's like, because it's Invictus. I'm getting ready for Invictus. It means so much to him. You are.
Papa, why are you on the phone? Why are you never paying attention to me? Why do you and Mama travel so much and leave us behind so much? A lot of people were speculating that they were going to bring the children because her publicity or her, I don't know if you could call it publicity, her backlash over the last month has been so severe that maybe she was going to unveil these kids and try to get more positive press because maybe if she trotted them out, people would be happy and focused on the fact that they're real and we can see them and maybe things would be positive, but she didn't trot them out. I personally think that they're not in their care. That's just me. And I personally think that her narcissism would not allow anybody to steal the spotlight from her, not even her own children. So these are all attempts to make herself seem more likable and more relatable. And it's not working.
Are his family, just as we are his family. And I hope you recognize how much of his heart he has poured into every single beat that has gotten all of you to.
How about everything that these people that are sitting there watching her babble on, everything they've had to go through to get there? Let's talk about them, Meghan. Let's make it about these wounded veterans that are playing these games. Let's talk about them. Why don't you share an anecdote or a story about a family in the audience? Have you taken any time to get to know about who these participants are, what they're all about, what they had to go through to get here. No, all about her.
Heart he has poured into every
Okay, yeah,
single week that
great.
has
Yeah,
gotten
Harry's
all
had
of
such a
you
sad
to
existence.
this week that
He's
is
so
going to be
hard done by, don't you
spectacular.
know?
I need you to know that. I need you to know how much it means to him and how much
We
each of
know.
you means to
We
him.
know.
So it is
We
my
know how much it means to her to be able to have this opportunity to have a microphone in front of her and to help us see the light where she's concerned. Remember? She's like Meredith Grey. Pick me, choose me, love me.
higher pleasure and complete honor to introduce to the stage my husband, the father of our.
And that's another thing. Do you know that that is a narcissistic trademark where they rarely refer to people by their names? They're always nicknames or they're always these weird little um they don't say their names. It's like if you say their name, you give them power and they are something to be
The honor
controlled. So
to
they don't.
introduce to the stage my husband, the father of our very sweet, excited children who are cheering you on from California, Prince Harry, founder of the Invictus Games, the Duke of Sussex.
So you guys just need to gear up and get ready because there's going to be another week of this. There's another week of this that's going to go on. Every single day we're going to be inundated. There's going to be something going on. She's going to be wearing something. She's going to be merching something. Just buckle in, people. That's all I can say. Buckle in. Get ready for the Meghan show happening live. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know. I'm definitely going to have to have a We're definitely gonna have to have something. I don't know. Just buckle up, folks. That's all I can say. And I think what she's doing that is particularly crafty, or the way that Meghan looks at it, is a normal celebrity or public figure who receives the amount of backlash that this woman has been receiving over the last month. They probably would listen to PR advisors, lay low, and just kind of give everyone a chance to just, take a breather from them. But what I think she's doing here and now, showing up to the games, it's almost as if to say that she is very strong and is personally shielding herself from all the criticism that is completely not warranted, because she feels like any and all criticism against her is unwarranted and just bullying. So if she shows this kind of face as if she's immune to it and she's above it, that's the angle that she can play. This woman doesn't experience shame. This woman has not learned anything from being labeled a disaster tourist. She didn't learn anything from even a few days ago from posting that ridiculous video on Instagram where it's that shameless self-promotion talking about how she single-handedly rescued a 15-year-old girl's emotional and mental well-being by providing her with a Billie Eilish t-shirt. When I'm talking about shameless self-promotion, I don't think I've seen anything that out of touch and just grandiose and like self-congratulatory in I don't know how long. When you give, you should give quietly. Like the Bible tells us, the right hand should not know what the left hand is doing, especially when it's something as small as a t-shirt, but she has to go make a video on it. You guys can go ahead and watch that video. I'll link it down below, but so this has just shown us that she has not learned one thing. She is going to continue to prop herself up and continue to show up to events. Is going to continue to push herself in front of cameras, in front of the public, as if to say, I'm immune to criticism, but the criticism is unwarranted. So that's why I'm pushing forward. I really do think that's how she's rectifying it in her mind. All the criticism is nasty. It's unwarranted in her mind. She doesn't understand any of it. So that's why she's going to rise above it, because it's just beneath her. So that is probably what she's telling herself to get through these types of events. This is just so exhausting, you guys. And I know that a lot of people would say, well, if it's exhausting and you hate her so much, why are you posting videos about her? I personally do not hate her. I think that most of the people online and on YouTube and in different media outlets that criticize Meghan Markle don't hate her. What we do is we pity her, and what we also want to continue to do is call her out on her lies, her half-truths, and her inconsistencies, because there are so many things involving Harry and Meghan that just do not add up, that don't make any sense. And when you insinuate yourself in the public eye as much as they do, you have to to understand that you will be held accountable to a certain extent. I mean, you will have people calling you out on what they deem to be a lot of BS going on. So I don't really know how much of the Invictus Games I'm going to post and talk about. Maybe if she does something particularly egregious, I'll go ahead and make a video about it. I just wanted to hop on today and let you guys know that she did not skip the trip. She is indeed in Invictus. Just prepare yourself. There is going to be an onslaught of Meghan mania coming in the next couple of days. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of focus on what she's wearing, all that kind of stuff. What I find particularly sad is every single time this woman shows up to the Invictus Games, it becomes less about her husband, which, I mean, I don't really care about him either. I wish it wasn't about him, but it's at least his charity, the one that he had before she even came on the scene. Technically, it was William, Catherine, and and Harry's charity, but I digress. Now it's strictly his. But what I'm saying is it becomes less him and more about her. But even more important than that, it becomes more about those two and less about the actual veterans that are there, that had to pay their way to get there, their own transportation, their own accommodations, all their meals while they're there, all of that stuff. They are in charge of that on their dime, while these two fools have everything taken care of. All they have to do is show up and smile. And I mean, and to have it become less and less about these veterans, these injured veterans, is really, really a crime. And it's really, really sad. I do hope that, I know that it's not going to be about the veterans. All the stuff that we're going to be hearing in the next week is not going to be about the veterans. It's going to be about Meghan and Harry, particularly Meghan, what she's wearing, what pictures we're taking of her, what she says. And I just find it so distasteful. I really do feel for those athletes that are there participating. I do wish them the best of luck. I wish their families a happy and healthy stay while they're there. Hopefully everyone has a good time and there are no injuries, but it is just really, really sad that these two have made the Invictus Games games that are all about wounded veterans, all about them. It's so sad. What do you guys think? Let me know down below and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.